Welcome back to the Way of Truth Tarot. This is the third episode of my series, Solving the Unsolved Mysteries, where I look into the episodes from the new Unsolved Mysteries series on Netflix. So we are at the third case of Volume 1, which is the one called 13 Minutes, which is about the Patrice Endres case. Now, Patrice was a hairdresser. She was married to a man, Rob Endres. On April 15th, 2004, she drove her son to school like she always did. Went to open her salon. Worked the morning with her clients with no issues at all. And at some point around lunchtime, she was abducted from her salon. When the police arrived, the cash register was open and it looked like there was money taken, but apart from that, the whole place looked immaculate. So it kind of didn't fit exactly. Kind of gave the impression that maybe she knew the person or she complied with the person in some way, shape, or form. There was just no outward, what's the word? Like ruckus that had gone on. 20 months later, on December 6, 2005, Patrice's remains were found. And this was behind a church about 6 miles away from her salon. So, a couple weeks before her abduction, she was talking about possibly divorcing her husband. So, some people think that perhaps he had something to do with it. However, the cops said, there's not really any evidence that points towards him. However, they can't rule out that he may have hired somebody. There was also a local serial killer by the name of Jeremy Jones that did confess, but he recanted his confession. And where he said he claims that he threw her over a bridge into a river. They searched the river meticulously, found nothing. And like I said, her remains were ultimately found behind a church in a wooded area. So he doesn't really sound like, he was truthful. So that is what we'll be looking into today. I've compiled some questions, and at the end of the reading, I'm going to be doing a mediumship reading with Patrice. So that's going to be, I have some specific things that I want to ask her. So if you're interested, stay through to the end for that. Well, let's get started. Before I do, though, I just want to say everything in this reading is alleged, and it's my opinion based on the energy of the cards. This is not fact. At all. So, yes, everything is alleged in my opinion. Okay, let's get started. I will be doing my regular tarot, true crime oracle, and my tokens. Okay. Let me get my questions. Oh, one other thing. Shortly, as well as mentioning the divorce shortly before her abduction, Patrice also asked her son where he would go if she was no longer around. And she didn't really say why she was asking him that. So that's going to be the first question. I'm just very, very curious about that. Okay. Okay. What motivated Patrice to ask her son where he would go if she was no longer in the picture? What motivated her to say that? Okay, weird. So I was about to shuffle again, and the Hierophant in reverse came out. And this is about, like, personal beliefs about something. Normally, the Hierophant upright is about conventional beliefs. Like, is God real? Like, kind of the societal norm, if you will. And when it's reversed, it can also be about, like, rebelling against something. Interesting. Let's get a token, because, oh, weird. So, again, as I was going to, like, choose the token and kind of stir them around like I normally do, the Crown popped out. Very similarly to how this card fell out. So I'm going to take that as significance. Oh, okay. So the Crown represents divine feminine energy. This is, I mean, we're talking about what Patrice said, right? So this is confirmation. And as well, it's like a loving embodiment of power. So it was almost like by her asking her son that, she was trying to, in a way, get in front of, like, I don't know, almost like just trying to get in front of a fear that she had. Almost, it's like if I say something that's kind of cryptic, maybe that can help me in the long run. It's very strange. But let's get some more cards for this row. Okay, what motivated Patrice to ask her son about where he would go if she was no longer in the picture? Okay, so we have strength on its side. Now, when I get a card that flips out on its side like that, it's, to me, a bit of both meanings. So a little bit of the reverse meaning and a little bit of the upright meaning. Okay, so upright, it's unconditional love, which she has for her son. She's not really worried for herself, ultimately. It's him. So it's almost like she wanted to have the peace of mind that if anything happened to her, that he would have a plan in place and he would be taken care of. Upright, it's also about inner strength. And I would imagine that it would take a lot of inner strength to even muster up that question to your son. I don't have kids, but I can imagine how that would be really a difficult question to ask your child. Now, reversed, the Strength card represents vulnerability. And asking that question, I think it's pretty straightforward that, yeah, you would have some sort of vulnerability if you're worried about something bad happening to you. It also can symbolize some sort of inner turmoil. Okay. Okay. So then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And this is about a lack of organization. So like something happening all of a sudden that you're not prepared for. As well as overextending oneself. Last card. Oh, okay, we have... Okay, we got the Tower that also came out on its side. As well as the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay. Nine of Wands in reverse is being defensive about something. Overwhelmed, paranoia, and feeling like you need to be defensive about something. Now, the Tower being on its side, the upright, is about the destruction of old foundations, which has to do a bit with being like rebelling against something. So things are falling apart. There's upheaval and sudden change. Now, when it's reversed, it's about averting disaster. So she realizes things are crumbling around, she has reason to feel overwhelmed and paranoid or scared and defensive about something. And she's afraid of this sudden change that's going to happen. Okay. Let's get some true crime oracle about this. Imprisonment. So feeling trapped. Home. And assassination. Run away. Missing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I won't pull anymore. Okay, so she's feeling trapped. She's feeling trapped. Is she feeling trapped in her marriage? Is this what that is referring to? Okay, we've got the bathtub, which is self-care. Does this have to do with her marriage? Okay, we've got a rocket. 136. A dreamer. Okay, yeah, so it's like she needed to take care of her. She needed to start thinking about herself and what was best for her, and like self-care. And it was like she was dreaming of this, like dreaming for a time where she wasn't feeling so vulnerable. It's like dreaming for the times that she's not, that she doesn't feel trapped. Like she, you know, yeah, like dreaming of a time of freedom. Like, oh, you know, when I get out of this, it'll be great. And this is what it'll feel like, and that kind of thing. So feeling trapped at home, this is making me feel like an order, like another party saying, this is what I want you to do. We want to make it look like she ran away and is a missing person. Okay, we're going to look into her morning. A play-by-play of her morning, how it went, how she was feeling, all that kind of stuff. Okay, describe Patrice's morning and her energy. She was feeling the love from her clients. She felt supported. She also was like emotionally stable, like, you know. Then we have the King of Wands in reverse, which is an impulsive person who's forceful and ruthless. Not a very nice person. And then when we have another person, the Emperor in reverse. Excessive control, a big ego, yeah, a tyrant, domineering. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles upright, which is like leaving a legacy. It's about financial security. Can I have more information on the Ten of Pentacles, please? Okay, I've got 63 and 93. One is a ghost. And one is a stack of books. Okay. Let's get the ghost first. Ghosts of the past, feeling haunted. Ghosts of the past. Okay. Leaving a... Okay, and then 93, which is a stack of books. Wealth of knowledge. Okay, so what this is telling me is that his demons, if you go back in his history, all of his skeletons will come out. It's almost like they're haunting him from the grave. And then the 10 of Pentacles can also be like long-term success. And this is making me think like I'm doing something permanent. So for the long term, I'm not bothered by this problem anymore. Okay, let's get some of this. True crime. Power supply. And this is about the Emperor because they're big on power struggles and they got a big ego. Inside, which is making me feel like it's somebody she knew very personally, like an inside job. Allegedly, in my opinion. And then we've got desert, like a desert mirage. She thinks she sees something that's one way, but it's not. It's not real. Which was the trust that she had for this person. She thought it was real, but it wasn't. Dismemberment. And that has to do with her good morning, the love and the support that, and the 10 of Cups is also like the family card. And that is all falling into pieces. And yeah, like the 10 of Pentacles is also like, you know, the family, and that was also a mirage to her. Didn't turn out to be real at all. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Okay. Let's move on to what happened when she was forced to leave the salon. Describe what happened from the time she was forced to leave the salon to where she was ended up where she ended up losing her life. Okay. We've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse, Judgment, and the Nine of Swords upright. So the Ace of Pentacles is about like a lost opportunity. So perhaps they came in, or he came in, so someone came in and asked for something, or said they were going to do something for her, and it was a missed opportunity. It wasn't real. It was a missed opportunity. The energy of this person was very scattered. And they weren't acting very prepared. I'm getting really nervous energy from them. And I think that really tipped her off that something was seriously not right. Yeah, because then we had the Judgment card. So then she's judging how this person is acting. And it was a wake-up call for her that something was seriously wrong. And then there's anxiety. She was really scared. She realized, oh my God, this is a serious problem. Serious problem. Okay, let's get some of the true crime. Can I have a card for... Oh gosh. Okay, we've got fake death, wooded area, which is where they brought her, and cult. Let's get one more. Homicide. Okay. Why is fake death here? Okay, we have the sign for Libra. And then 35, which is an open book. Honesty. Honesty. Faked death. You're faking something, but you're not being honest. Fake honesty. Okay. Faked honesty about the death. Okay. They said that we're not going to, if you do what we ask, we will not hurt you. And that was the missed opportunity. I don't know why they gave me Libra. Why is cult here? I just gotta grab my book, it fell. Okay. 5 is a sheriff's hat. And 18 is the moon. Authority, enforcing rules. $18. Blocked intuition. Not seeing it coming. Not seeing it coming. Okay, the cult card in this instance is just meeting a group of people. Not literally what you're thinking a cult would be. $18 again is blocked intuition. Okay, so basically what this is saying is the police were at a loss. Not really sure if she... I'm not really sure what happened to her. The cops were there quite quickly. It's not like hours and hours went by before they even realized she was gone, right? Like, client had an appointment and came to the salon and saw it in the condition it was, with the cash register being opened, and called and reported it. So and this is where she was ultimately found, her remains. And this is what happened to her. All right. Was she kept alive for any amount of time? No. 6 of Swords upright. Moving on to calmer waters. No. She, and then we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. And this is about being greedy. Also like a negative indulgence. So she left that. Justice. Accountability, karma. Why did they take her? Why did they do this to her? Seven of Wands. Someone was defending their position. From her. This is representing Patrice. A working parent. And she was also a business owner. Why did they do this to her? We have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This is about moving on even stronger. So somebody thought that she was holding them down, holding them back. They needed to let go. Learning their lesson about her. And when I say this, I don't mean that this is what this person thought in their head. I am not saying that in any way, shape, or form that Patrice had any fault or anything like that. This is what the perpetrator is thinking. This is his reasoning for why he did this to her. He felt like he needed to defend his interest from Patrice. He needed to let go and move on even stronger with him learning his lessons. And I don't know what that means. Okay, I accidentally touched this deck and then this card flipped out. And it's the Six of Wands. Which is triumph, achievement, success, praise, acclaim. This is confirmation about what I just said. This was totally an accident on how this came out. And Spirit works in really funny ways to help me have confirmation of what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I want okay, so I do have one question about describing her unaliving, but you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I think we all know that what happened to her, somebody unalived her. That's all we need to know. The nitty-gritty details. I want to be respectful in case any of her family members ever see this. So I'm not going to go into that. All we know is that somebody took her life tragically and unfairly and hasn't been caught for it. Okay, let's describe the mentality of the perpetrator. I'm using some true crime. Mountains. They have put themselves out of reach. Why is beach here? $77. I always forget what this symbol is. Energetic frequency. I still don't get it. 130. It's a heart with an arrow through it. Love hurts. So the energy of being wounded. And they're standing alone on a beach. Okay, so this person puts themselves out of reach of people. They're very hard to connect with. And they have been very jaded when it comes to their love interests. And that reminds me about what we got earlier about the past skeletons coming out to haunt them. I believe that those skeletons the spirit was referring to was their past lovers. Okay, what else? Aliens. This person does not feel that they belong in society, amongst society. They've always felt like an outcast. This is an older person than Patrice that has a long time connection to her. Her husband was 20 years her senior when they were married. Oh my gosh. Revenge. They really felt justified in their motivations for doing this. Okay. Can I have 4 cards about the mentality of the perpetrator? We have the Hermit upright, and this is about being alone. And this is a person that really kept themselves out of reach to others. emotionally. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Swords, and this is about feeling trapped. Okay. It's almost like they feel trapped with what they did. Like, I can't have a life anymore. There's so many things I have to constantly be aware of and always 5 steps ahead of everybody else. And they're blaming. They're almost, they see themselves as the victim. Like, blaming Patrice for provoking them to do what they did. And we have the Knight of Swords, and this person is very assertive and direct, but they're very impatient. And we got that up earlier with the King of Wands in reverse. Yeah. The Star in reverse. This has to do with impotence. Maybe this person did not feel adequate as a man. And Patrice was liked by a lot of people. Client, everyone she met, she was just, one of those people that everybody likes and is attracted to because they're just such a great person. And he felt intimidated by that. Allegedly, my opinion. Hypothetically speaking, maybe they were worried that she would leave a certain person because of an erectile deficiency. She was young, a lot younger than him. And yeah. Is this person still walking free? I don't believe that they're alive anymore. I've got the 5 of Swords in reverse. Now, upright, it's like a conflict, but in reverse, it's like making amends. But what I think this is referring to is like more like a resolution karmically. Like, they are up there in the spirit realm. They're making amends for what they did. Even if we don't see earthly justice, the universe will seek justice. And I don't mean hell at all. Although maybe that's like what people got confused with. But it's not hell. It's learning your lessons and having to make up that energy so that you can move on to your next existence. Some people call it karma. So just because we don't see earthly justice doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It happens where it matters the most, which is in the spirit realm. because that's where the real change takes place. So that's where the real reconciliation, that's where you can truly make up for what you did, is up there. Here, all you can really do is go to jail and rot or get put to death, which really doesn't help anything. It all happens up there. Anyhow. Okay. Let's talk to Patrice. Okay, I'm just gonna gather up my cards. I'll be right back. Okay, got the cards all gathered. Got my area clear. This is the mediumship part of the reading. Okay, I'm just going to connect. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Patrice. What would you like to say about everything? Six of Cups, upright. Nostalgia. Healing. Memories. Karmic cycles. This is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Karmic cycles. Moving on, this is the Eight of Cups upright. Okay, then we have Temperance in reverse, and this is about healing. Not like having an imbalance that absolutely needs to be healed. And then we have the Page of Cups, and this is about intuitive messages. Okay. So, okay, she wants, Page of Cups is a messenger. And this is representing Patrice. She has a message. She wants everyone to focus on the good memories that they had with her. She wants them to let go about searching for the truth. Because it's causing disruptive energies. When you remember the good times with her, that is, how can I put this? I'm trying to word this properly. It's a place of shared joy. And that she's on the other side pooling her energy with yours. Or with with the people that love her. We have strength. She wants them to be strong. And she has so much love and respect for them. Unconditional love. And she is there protecting them on the other side. As far as the King of Wands is concerned, so I believe that one of them has passed away. I believe there was 2 people involved. One has passed away. He was the Emperor in reverse. The King of Wands in reverse, I believe, was the actual person who physically abducted her. And they are still stuck in karmic cycles, bad karmic cycles. They have not learned their lesson at all yet. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull some of my talking to heaven or messages from heaven. The earth is our school. And she's accepted the lessons that she needed to learn for her lifetime on this planet. Every time Pistol, her son, or one of her family members thinks she is there, she is with all of their thoughts. Life is a series of choices, and choose love. Because it's very fleeting. Life is very fleeting, and you need to make the most of it. And the way to do that is through love, the energy of love. Any last words, Patrice? Starting anew, time to move on. She's no longer suffering. This chapter is over. However, she is still waiting for her family. She's still looking after her family on the other side. But she's excited for the next adventure. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords, which is direct communication. She's saying this is coming from the horse's mouth. I'm going to end it on there. Everything in this reading was alleged, in my opinion, based on the energy of the cards. And that wraps it up for this reading. I will see you next time with another Solving the Unsolved. Stay safe. Bye, guys.